Welcome to In Your House Sports, presented by Fat Boy Entertainment. I am Fat Sam.
Your boy Vasos.
Manny's not here. He went to go suit up for the Cowboys after Dak went down. Um, but I think he got there too late because they put in Cooper Rush. So
I think he couldn't find his helmet. That's what I thought. I saw him on the sideline running around looking
yeah,
for his helmet. And they were. I think they were still stitching on a delion on the back of his jersey too.
yeah, just still stitching all that. They had the grandma back
Yeah.
there. Oh.
All right,
Hold
mijo,
on.
come stay still.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy day, man. Yesterday and today, with
Must be the
college
full
football,
moon.
man, it had to be the full moon, man. I think the full moon is the kicker's um, kryptonite.
Just the pull. It's the gravitational pull. That's what it is.
Head, dude, nuts. I mean, from college yesterday to
NFL.
today in the NFL,
Yeah.
man, it was just kickers can't make nothing right now.
No.
It's
Like it's like the through the uprights is hot lava. If you go on the sides, you're okay.
yeah, yeah. So I wonder if any kickers gonna get um, released because I think Tampa Bay, some of their kickers, or I think their kicker missed one.
Yeah, he missed one.
Yeah,
Um, But
and
man, I know we're gonna get to this eventually. But man, that kicker from BYU, man, he's about ready to he's about ready to move. He's about ready to transfer, change his phone number, delete his social media.
man, dude,
On board
that
quarterback just hugged him for about 10 minutes. They said after the game.
yeah, because that dude was just crying, basically saying you saved me.
No, that's Jesus.
Yeah, it was just that. Oh man, it was just nuts. It
Because
was
he
just
missed what
nuts.
three?
Three, the extra point and the two field goals, um, both of them to win the game.
What one was before regulation, then one was in overtime.
Hmm. Yep.
Jesus,
Yeah. It's just bad. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is, but it was just terrible.
just one
But
of those
yeah, man.
days.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday, you know, let's just talk about some college football, man. Yesterday was just nuts
Yeah,
for college football. I think I've never uh, stayed at the house inside all day and watched so much college football.
except for
Uh,
yesterday.
yes, yesterday was just. I went to the room. I told Miranda, I was like, this was a great day.
She's probably like, for you.
Yeah, because that morning, I got up, went to go cut some grass at the baseball fields. I was like, I'm only gonna be there till about 9:30, like,
Yeah,
because I'm gonna go get me some food so I can cook, watch the games. I was like, nah, I'm watching football today.
it's
And,
my day.
yeah, the greatest decision ever. Greatest decision ever, man.
Man, and that was the day in the week to have a great football on.
Hmm. Oh yeah, man. Let's start off with West Virginia and
Big
Big
Bang,
Bag,
Kansas,
Kansas. Man,
a
I've
winning
never seen.
streak.
If you actually a 3 game winning streak because they ended with Texas.
They didn't play Texas last game of the year, did they?
Yeah, yeah, the last game of the year. I
Was
thought
it?
was it last year? Yeah, I think it was the last game of the year.
I thought. Well, I don't remember. Let me. Now I'm gonna Google it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, uh, Texas, Tennessee Tech, and West Virginia. Uh, Yesterday. But yeah, but I'm pretty sure they played Texas the very last game last year because that was I think Texas' chance to go to the bowl game or the
No,
last
I thought that was like Iowa
was
State
it?
played. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I know that was one of the last few games. But I can't remember what exactly it was. Trying to pull it up, and of course, Google wants to shut down, and everything else works in my browser, but just not Google. Okay, let's see. Uh, they no, that was the third to last game.
Oh, third to last game.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so yeah, it's
I
only
thought.
they played West Virginia the last game of the
Oh,
year
last game.
last year,
Okay. Okay. I
but they
stand
only lost
corrected.
by 6.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, I've never seen West Virginia look that bad before. I mean, they look pretty bad.
I mean, they looked bad last week too.
It was,
They looked bad on defense last week. Offense, they looked pretty good. This week
yeah.
it was like they flipped for a little while and then
Hmm. Yeah, man. Kansas just looked like the better team.
they just
Like,
bullied
oh man, like just in the, I don't even know any of their players to be honest with you.
them. Yeah,
But I mean, as soon as the running back got the ball, boom, catch, caught the ball and just go. Like the yards at the catch was just great. Uh, for Kansas. And man, they just look like a better team. Could this be the Kansas? Was it 2002? What
Uh,
was it?
it was
Is it
2007
was
or
it
eight,
seven or 8?
something like that,
Yeah,
where they won the Big 12.
yeah. Where the head coach looked like he ate the whole.
He looked like our old baseball coach. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Kansas old coach. He looked like he ate the donut shop. Back then, I think because like it was Mizzou was number 1 or number 2, something like that.
I think so.
At
Yeah.
that was what Chase Daniels
And no,
was.
I think he might have already went.
Did they ready to go?
Gabbard, I think.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, Kansas, man, they're onto something. Looks like they found them a head coach.
Bowl
And
eligible now?
man, hey, you never know. I
I
mean,
mean, you're 2-0,
who would have thought that? Because everybody thought Les Miles was going to be this guy
right?
to bring him, and nah,
No.
it's it's just whoever this guy is. I don't even know who he. To be honest, I'm just like, mm,
They just better hope he didn't have no baggage like Les
oh,
Miles did.
man, for real. For real. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But man, Kansas put it on them, man. Kansas looked like the better team
Lance
for sure.
Leopold. Yeah,
Leopold.
Lance Leopold. Yeah.
Yeah. Where did he come from?
That's what I'm looking for. It says he was a quarterbacks coach. He was he coached at Wisconsin Whitewater.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
right.
he was there when they
Yeah,
won
because they
championships.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Because I saw somebody put that on Facebook. Because somebody said, "Man, it looks like Kansas found them a good coach." And they're
Buffalo
like,
was where he came from.
"Yeah," and they said, "Yeah, he won a couple national championships, whatever school he was at."
Yeah, the Wisconsin Whitewater. That's when they were that powerhouse where it was either them or what was it? Mount Union, and UMHB. It's when they were all
Oh, got you.
that
Got you.
run where it was like one of them every year.
Hmm. Yeah, but man, it was just very, very impressive.
Very much
Very
so. I
impressive.
mean, the Big 12 in general, other than the big
Man,
one, other than the big boys,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
pretty good.
Texas
Tech,
Tech got them a
that
good
was a
win.
hard fought game. That was actually a good game to watch.
Dude, Houston had them 4th and 20 in overtime.
Yeah,
4th and 20, and
and
it's
give them
just
a
like,
touchdown.
and you got a
And they
first.
had him for a sack.
Yes, yeah, he threw it off his back foot, and they got the first down.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
just like, oh my god. What's his name? Dan Holgram? Is that
Dana
no
Holgerson.
Holgerson?
Yeah.
Oh man, he was heated. He
Oh
was
man, he was ready to pull out what was left of his hair on the top of his.
honestly, there was no reason for them to lose that game.
No, they gave it away.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah. I
was
mean,
impressive. Like, no, you take it. No, you take it.
hmm but basically, I think both teams were like that too.
Hmm.
Because Tech had a couple turnovers. The Houston. It was just a very close game, and Houston should have won that game. Now, now they gotta hope for everybody else to lose, and they gotta win out because they had the if they would have won that game, the rest of their schedule was the easiest ever,
Oh yeah,
and they could have been the next Cincinnati. But now, now it looks like they'll probably just get one of those New Year's Six bowls, maybe if that.
best case scenario,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they still would have to play because they're in the American, right?
yeah,
They would
hmm
still have to play Cincinnati
yeah. Cincinnati,
in the
Memphis,
championship, yeah, or
yeah,
Memphis, yeah.
yeah. Cincinnati, Memphis. Um, but yeah, man, it was that game, man. It was just a very good game,
Yeah,
a very good game.
one of those that just kept on going and didn't want
Yeah,
to, like Tennessee and Pitt.
yeah.
That was another game. It's like Pitt had them dead to rights, and Tennessee
hmm
just stuck around, and eventually they just pulled away.
Yeah, yeah. That game was a good one too. But like
Kentucky and Florida, that was also
Kentucky,
another.
oh, dude, Kentucky, man. They
They
they're like, man, we ain't the babies in the SEC anymore. Like, man, but I still think when it comes to it, Georgia's going to bully them.
oh yeah.
Uh, once they play.
Well, it was like the same thing last year. Everyone thought, okay, well, Arkansas is going to be the one to step up, and then, oh, well,
hmm
Kentucky's on a roll. They're going to step up, and Georgia just steamrolled the both of them
Yeah, yeah. It's like Georgia was better than them. I mean,
all
just
around.
all around, all around. And so, but yeah, so Kentucky, man. I mean, very. They looked good.
And they jumped up a crap ton.
Oh, what they end up
I
at?
think
I
they're
think it
at
was.
12. I think.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Let me pull up the rankings. Yeah, they jumped up a ton. I mean, there was huge shakeups in the in the
Uh,
top.
yeah, because I know Oklahoma went number 8.
Oklahoma was at 8. Oh no, they were at 7. They jumped up to 6.
Oh, 6, which that should have been
Kentucky's 9.
Kentucky's 9.
Kentucky is all the way up from 20 to 9.
I mean, if you look at all the losses that happened, I think was it three top 10 or 4 top 10 lost, 3 top 10.
You had A&M. You had
Baylor.
Baylor. You had I think Utah lose. No, they well that was
No,
last week.
yeah, that was last week.
There's another team that lost that they drew it down. I think that was it. Oh, NC State, I guess. Oh no, they went up.
Notre
Uh,
Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah, that was the other one. Notre Dame and Florida was a lot higher too.
Yeah. Speaking of Notre Dame,
God. Bro, how do
dude,
you lose to Marshall
the Thundering Herd.
and
The
they don't
Thunder.
even have Randy Moss? How do you lose to Marshall
They got paid $1.5 million to go win.
to go win
It's,
in South Bend at that?
they didn't get the memo that they were supposed to lay down.
Right. You know what it was? Lou Holtz probably didn't go talk to the other coach. That's probably what it was.
but
Now
man,
he's it,
but man, I feel bad for Marcus Freeman, man.
bro. It's like, dude, your offense just completely let you down.
Yeah, I mean, is it really his fault though? I mean, like, because of course they're gonna look to him,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They're gonna look to him and like, man, just how probably how terrible he is, but they play terrible. They
Yeah.
played bad. I mean,
That offense played bad the whole game.
the whole game. So I don't even put the blame on Marcus Freeman. But I think at the same time, I think because of course Notre Dame's used to winning all the time, or at least being up there, um, and so it's probably like a real true, um, I guess, test. Kind of like what Baylor had with Matt Rule.
Yeah.
Won a couple games, switched to Dave Aranda, won 2 games. that just kind of
build the culture, and then go
bit
from
bit
there.
of code. Yeah, I think
Because
I think Notre Dame's uh,
rebuilding.
rebuilding, and but the thing is, are they going to have patience to?
See, I would
Uh,
think they have to. Because who out there right now is that must hire? You know what I mean?
yeah,
You don't have that must hire that's looking for the next job. So that's what I was
yep,
like. It's like you got, and Notre Dame's been kind of known to give their guys a little more time. I mean, hell, look at Brian Kelly,
yeah. Charlie Weiss.
Charlie White, especially Charlie White, Tyrone Willingham. They were trying to fire him the first freaking week that they lost, and they stuck with him, and they stuck with. I still think they got rid of him a little bit sooner than they should have.
Hmm.
Because I thought he was actually a good coach. He didn't have the talent.
Yeah, yep.
um, yeah, they just, bro, they didn't. How much of that is a hang is a carryover from last week of losing
Oh
late to Ohio State?
man, because that was a hard fought game for them, man.
Yeah,
I mean, they were close. They were close to winning that, and so
yeah,
it probably was, man. They probably did have that hangover from last week, and was just drained, was beaten.
yeah.
I think, man, I forget what year it was. It was in the NCAA tournament, and I believe it was Syracuse, and I think it was man, who was Syracuse or somebody else. They went to like 7 overtimes in basketball.
Was it Syracuse and UConn?
I think so. Maybe it was them, and they went through seven overtimes, right? And then of course the next day they had to play again and just lost
Yeah,
just straight
dead.
out. But yeah, so it just dead, just carried over. And I think the same
Yeah,
thing happened with Notre Dame, where they just
they had
they
him on
they
the rope and they let him off.
yeah, and they gave their all, and come on, you can't say that they 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 thought this was going to be just we're going to
No,
run them over.
yeah,
Like, yeah, this is going to be easy. you
this is
know
what we need. This is our get right game,
yeah, yeah, and
and
now
they got
Marshall's and, and Marshall is just like, nah, like we ain't do this. We're the thundering herd, you
got.
know. And so, but yeah, but that was nuts,
Yep.
man. And then you had Appalachian State,
Beating
and
A&M.
that
That was awesome. That's what
that
happens when you have Darth Helmet starting at quarterback.
dude, that helmet was insane.
That's the
I
biggest helmet I've ever seen.
I was just like, what the heck is going on? Is like, does he have a sauce? Does he still have a soft spot
He,
that they?
he has a reverse Stewie head, instead of it going sideways, it goes
Yeah,
backwards.
dude, I was like, what the heck?
The only other helmet I've ever seen that big was back when I was in high school. I won't say his name, but anybody that knows remembers. I'll give a hint. We used to say he looked like Usher. That's about as much as I'm gonna say, but that's probably already giving too much away. But he had, and that was when they first came out with those what they call the DNA helmets.
Hmm.
That was when they first came out with them, and he had it, bro. His head was like, I mean, he's got a big head to begin with, but it looked just massive, and it was like how are you not like running like this? That helmet is huge, and that's what it reminded me of yesterday, and it made it worse because he had the visor.
Yeah, I mean, but Appalachian State, man, and I think what makes it so great is that A&M had the number one recruiting class,
The best recruiting class money could buy.
and then Appalachian State got paid at 1.25 mil or something like that.
And they said, we do you just like we did to Michigan.
It was great, man. It was great. It was great to see Jimbo Fisher like
Oh man,
just
he was mad.
pissed.
He was mad.
He
He
was
was
just, and there was three Sun Belt teams uh that won like big games. Appalachian State, Marshall, and there was one more I thought.
I didn't realize Appalachian State was in the Sun Belt. Hey, Texas State won, man. They won pretty big.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Baylor
was like,
better watch out next week.
let's see. You said that they're Sun Belt, right?
Yeah, Sun Belt.
Let's
I think
see.
there
It
was
wasn't.
one more.
It wasn't Arkansas State, that's for sure.
No, oh, Butch was it? Butch Jones is their head coach, right?
Yeah, that wasn't that one. Troy, East Carolina, James Madison, but they really didn't beat anybody of note. Southern Southern Miss
Oh,
gave Miami their scare for a minute, and
that,
then Miami just stopped them.
Georgia State.
Georgia State, Georgia State. Where's that
I think they're in the Sun Belt.
one? I mean, Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
They beat Nebraska.
Nebraska, yes.
Got
Yeah.
Scott Frost fired. Yeah, fire.
Well, after that, Nebraska was like, nah,
We can't do this no more.
nah. Georgia Southern beat up? Nah, ain't doing it.
Can't do
Ain't
it.
doing it. Nah. But I think the best one was A&M losing though.
Yeah,
What is it about A&M that people just hate so much?
the fans.
Is it though?
I think it's the fans. I know that's what I don't like, and that to me that's the worst part.
Yeah. I
Is that
just
they think you're here, and they're here when really it's probably like, you know,
yeah, it's just something about A&M, man. It's just like, but you know what? I do want to go to their stadium though.
yeah,
That that looks real good. Like their stadium looks real nice
they
to
always
go.
pack it out.
Yeah,
Even when they're terrible, they pack it out.
which is crazy, man. Yeah, I mean that's
Memphis
just
not a pregame.
they're pretty hammered out there.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, so I mean that was awesome, man.
So, do we want to get into our heartbreaks?
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Let's
that
start with the early one first, and then we'll get to the late.
yeah. So I hate both teams with a like I don't like them all. In none of them, I don't like them. Texas, I despise Texas. Never will like them. I don't care who they're playing. I don't like them, right? But they got screwed out of that game.
Yeah,
They got screwed, man. If what's his name? The quarterback, uh,
Ewers,
Texas. Yeah, yeah, Ewers.
if he
If
doesn't
he
get
if he doesn't get hurt, Texas is winning that game because there were some deep balls thrown that Card couldn't make.
no, but it also didn't help too. He was nicked.
Yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
step into his throws, but even then,
So
even
he was.
healthy, I don't think he could have made those throws at least accurately.
So what was he injured? I mean,
He got roll or he took off on a run. I think on like third down, and it was just a big pile, and everyone comes running in trying to push the pile,
mm,
and I think he just got when they fell, they just rolled on his foot or they landed on his ankle because he came up all gimpy,
mm,
and they taped his ankle up and all that, but
but
yeah, he
yeah,
wasn't the same after that. He could barely move. You
yeah.
see when he ran for that first down, he was and then as soon as he got to the sideline, he fell.
like a deer just got shot. And he
It
just going and just collapsed, man.
was like a baby deer right there when they get born.
But I mean, there was the quarterback getting hurt. Th- that safety,
The
that
safety that
was
wasn't.
dude. They had that safety, and then they tried to first say it was a safety targeting
Yeah, they said it was like roughing the passer that he never even touched him.
touch. Yeah,
First, they said it was roughing the passer, targeting, and then they were like, "Oh, well, actually, no, we misannounced it." It's like
yeah. Like,
you
what do you
had like
mean you
10
missing?
minutes to go back and say, "Actually, what we meant to say was."
Yeah, it was just nuts, man. Texas got screwed in that game. They should have won that game.
They
They
they should not have missed if they don't miss that field goal at the end of
mhm.
halftime.
Yeah, Yeah, if they don't miss the field goal and they got that safety and the quarterback in the game, stays in
Yeah,
the game.
but you got. I mean, credit Alabama for finding a way to win, even though they
Yeah,
played like crap.
yeah. Bryce Young, man, that was, of course, that was a difference maker.
Dude, the way he stepped when he stepped out of that sack, I was like, yeah, okay, crap, we
Yeah,
lost.
yeah,
As soon as we didn't bring it, I was like, yeah, oh, man, that's it. That's
yeah.
game.
It was pretty. It was pretty heartbreaking, man. But it's a hell of a game.
Right? Especially considering I think they were what like a 20 point favorite. Alabama was.
Yeah, and what was crazy is that was it Texas wasn't even ranked.
Yeah, and now they're up at 21. You lose and you you get put into the top 25. That's probably a first.
I was just like, what? Like I was dumbfounded. I was like, come on,
Yeah,
this is ridiculous. But I mean, it's Texas. it
true.
is what it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, it was a
it was a very entertaining game.
very entertaining game, man. I mean, of course, when I think the only other game for Texas like that is going to be is the Red River rivalry.
As
Because
far
that,
as excitement and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, because it's gonna that game right there is going to be a very good one too. How long is yours out?
I think they said at least 3, maybe 6 weeks.
Oh, really?
It's
Because
just
they
it,
said
nothing's
it was
broken.
it's just bruised, right?
Just really,
Yeah,
it's a clavicle sprain slash bruise is what they said.
man. Because as soon as they show that replays on how he landed, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
his
that's the part.
collarbone.
Yeah, I was like, he broke his collarbone. I was like,
Uh,
that's and
yeah,
but when he came out after halftime and he didn't have a sling, I thought, okay, well that's good. Maybe he just got a separated shoulder, or maybe he just got a really bad stinger.
hmm,
And then you see him later and he's walking around with a sling on. I was like, oh, okay, well maybe now he broke.
yeah, yep. And so, but I mean, like I said, very entertaining game, and
Yeah, very entertaining.
it was just it was back and forth. And
Yeah,
so I mean, Texas like, nah, we came to play, man.
yeah. And
We
credit
came
to
to,
Saban there at the end, when all the Bama players are going like this, and he's like, knock that
yeah,
shit off, knock it off.
yeah. Oh well, because I mean, of course, I think now you get fined
I think yeah, it's
for
a penalty now,
yeah penalty, and I think you get fined as well. And
probably.
so,
But I mean, it's after the game, but still the fact
oh
that he's
yeah,
going, hey man, knock that off. I
yeah,
think that's
like
more because he has a lot of respect for Sarkeesian.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, for sure, man. Sarkisian, man, he looks like he's gonna be the real deal for Texas, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think he impressed a lot of people with. And the only thing I didn't like about his press conference is we didn't lose. Like, no, dude, we lost. He's
oh
like, we just
really?
ran. He said we didn't lose. We just ran out of time. I'm like, yeah, that's good to say in the locker room. I wouldn't say that
No,
in the
because
public, but
and honestly, what I think this is kind of what pisses me off with Texas fans is that I saw a lot of moral victories
yeah,
on Facebook, and then I was like, come on, a loss is a loss,
yeah.
guys.
It's like, hey, we look good, but hey, guess what? We still lost.
But I guess a moral victory got them to number 21 or 22, wherever they're at now.
Hey, you got to campaign somehow.
They're like, yeah, all right, good effort. You know what? We're gonna reward you for your effort.
Yeah,
Mm, good guy, they did. You know, yeah. Then we went to going to the Baylor game, man.
man,
That game was just off from the
that was a weird game to watch.
what it was very old school. I think Baylor was trying to push them around like they did last year,
They couldn't.
and they couldn't. Dude, BYU's guys, their defensive guys, Thule
Mm-hmm.
or Tole, that dude was just everywhere,
He
everywhere.
was a defensive tackle, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and that dude was just hitting hard, man. And it just couldn't push him. And then the play calling was weird too. It's
Yeah,
like they wanted to stay committed to the game, but yet they couldn't establish. They were only like averaging like was it came out to like 3 yards a carry, and it's just like man, you and didn't even throw the ball very much at all.
man.
And
And
then
even when they did throw the ball, Shapen to me just did not look.
mm-mm,
He didn't look in rhythm.
nah. So I don't know if he was just confused by the defense or he wasn't feeling confident or the you
Maybe
know the
coaching staff just wasn't confident that he'd be able to
yeah,
handle it. It's like, bro,
which
you put him in the freaking Big 12 championship and let him sling it, and now you
hmm
don't want him to take that chance.
yeah, and which is crazy because they one of the things was the reason why they picked Shapen over Bohannon was because he was able to throw that deep ball and that they can run the scheme better with him than with Bohannon.
He's a better
But
athlete
yet you're
too.
not letting him throw the ball,
Yeah, and even
and
then, he didn't run. They didn't do a whole lot of RPOs and anything like that. It was just straight
no,
handoffs.
and which is good because Shapen's a runner too. He got some wheels on him, but not even a tip of a quarterback draw or anything. To me, they were playing too conservative, too conservative.
Yeah,
But BYU, man, they came to play. That crowd was there for that holy war,
oh,
man.
they were.
They were loud, and then of course the penalties didn't help Baylor much.
That was very shocking to see an Aranda
Yeah.
team be that
hmm
undisciplined.
Was it they had 12 penalties or something like that for over 100 yards?
And it's the same thing as last year when they lost against Oklahoma State. That was exactly why they lost because
hmm
of penalties.
Yeah, yeah. Because that game, even as terrible as they played, Baylor could have won that game.
Yeah,
Um, I think they had a better talent. But man, it was just so weird because they didn't put Fleeks in, and Gavin Holmes didn't even play until like the last play of the game. So it's just like, wait, you got your those are your two veterans, on your team, receiving core, running back, whatever you put them at, and they didn't play the game. So it's just like, was there discipline?
that you finally just said, you know what, we don't got any choice. We got to put them in.
Yeah, like were they hurt? Was it disciplinary? Was it
Were
what
they
was going?
sick?
Yeah, but it was just weird, man. It
Yeah,
was just a weird game. It, I was just, and then not only that, the game wasn't over till like 1:30.
yeah. Didn't get over till today.
Yeah,
It's
which
like, I
is
mean, it may not have been that time over there in Utah, but shoot, here it's like, golly. I know
man,
Manny was saying, man, I got to go to work in the morning. They
shoot.
better hurry up.
I was like, it was me. I was like, man, I gotta be at church in the morning. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But man, it was just. But BYU, man, you gotta give credit to BYU, man. Their quarterback played a hell of a game. They were out their two best receivers,
And he found a way
and
to win.
yeah, that I guess it's their third receiver, Roberts. I think that was his last name.
I don't
Uh,
remember.
man, he lit it up. I think he had over 100 yards receiving.
So I'm not gonna
Uh,
lie. I watched the first half of the game. At halftime, I dozed off, and I didn't wake back up until about the last drive of the fourth quarter. I just dozed off, and I was out, and I'm like, "What I miss?"
yeah,
Oh, I'm like, I missed a lot.
yeah, yep. And then like, man, and then BYU's kicker goes out there. It's 2020. Well,
Chip
first
shot.
Baylor's kicker missed that field goal, but man, that long snapper is terrible because he couldn't every long snap that he gave it, it was just either off to the side or a little high when the placeholder had to bring it
Move.
down or bring
Yeah,
it up. Yeah, move it around and that one that he the one that he missed, man, it was just like it was too fast because it was just like it's like he was too much in a rush. Like if you go back and
yeah.
place cooker gets it, boom, and then it's almost like he's just speeds
He
up
didn't
and
have his rhythm.
mm-mm, not at all, man. and and then so then BYU kicker comes out, takes it, was it right left?
Yeah,
And I was just like, oh, all right, here's some overtime. And we both was it? Yeah, we both score, and then they go. BYU's kick goes out there,
misses.
wide left again.
weren't even
Man,
close. wasn't even close.
nah. Yeah, and Baylor's kicker missed that one in overtime too. Wasn't even close. And that was wide right.
Yeah, that one he just it never even looked like it. Just was like nope. I was telling my dad, I said, it looks like my golf shot.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Who was the kicker that was it A&M's kicker that barely I mean that kicked it and it just kind of went
Oh yeah, that it didn't even. It just yeah, it was A&M. So he kicked it.
looked like a
It just died. It's
looked
like
like a
on Madden when you forget to you push the button too early.
yeah looked like a dead duck,
Yeah,
man.
it just went. "Whoop."
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, it
But
just
yeah, but
it,
but BYU's quarterback found a way to win, man, and they deserved it, man. They played the right game for Baylor, man. They proved that what? Nah, we ain't gonna be pushed around anymore.
yeah. It's like no, we're coming in the Big 12. We want them to know, hey,
Mm,
you
yeah.
got some serious competition coming.
Dude, this is the new rivalry that's gonna take place, and not only the new rivalry, the new like friendly rivalry. They said that BYU played Baylor's fight song for them
Wow.
uh, at the end of the game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And well, apparently, which is crazy because I don't even remember this. But did I go to the BYU game last year? No, I didn't. But Baylor played BYU's fight song for them last year. Um, and so it's like one of those friendly.
It's friendly
What,
until they get in the Big 12. Then they ain't gonna do it no more. It's like nah, gloves are off. We got you here now.
dude? It's going to be nuts next year because I don't see Texas and Oklahoma staying though.
I think they will. I think they're like, you know what? We ain't paying
For
this
for
money. We just got one more year. Let's just stick it out.
man, that's gonna be tough, man. Because BYU, man, that shit, the way they played, man, I'm worried about them every year.
Yeah,
I mean, their head coach had them fired up.
that dude is that he's like the opposite of or like the mirror image of Dave Aranda,
Uh
just
huh.
serious, but he's just short
Yeah,
and fat.
dude. Yeah, dude. Dave Miranda, man, his poker face, dude.
He just
You do good, he has the same face. You do terrible, has the same face. Hey, let's
happy,
go.
sad, angry, mad,
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
All
And it's just like, what the heck? But I don't. We'll see. They play Texas State.
next week, big
Yeah,
bad Texas State.
big bad Texas State. We'll we'll see that this is the game to get them back in rhythm.
Yeah,
And I don't even know who they have after that.
I think it starts conference play after that.
Yeah. It starts conference play. Um, is it West Virginia
Let me see.
or maybe Iowa State?
Baylor. Come on now. Iowa State first.
Iowa State. That's over there.
Yeah, that's in Ames. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. That,
It's Iowa State, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Kansas Tech, Oklahoma, Kansas State, TCU, and then Texas.
yeah. Baylor has a tough road, man. They got a very young team. They got a young team. Their defense did enough to win the game.
Yeah, the defense stuck around, and the defense just I think it was just they were tired
Yeah. I mean, and then playing over there
in Utah. Yeah,
in Utah, man, with that altitude, they're not used to that.
yeah, and then like you said, considering the offense couldn't stay on the field,
Hmm.
just didn't really help.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, I mean,
here's the rankings as of this morning: Georgia at 1, Bama at 2, Ohio State stayed at 3. I figured Ohio State would have jumped to number 2 just because of how bad Bama played yesterday.
yeah.
Michigan 4, and then Clemson at 5. And we got movement. We got Oklahoma at 6, USC at 7, which they completely blew out Stanford.
Hmm.
They actually looked pretty good. Oklahoma State at 8, Kentucky at 9, Arkansas at 10. You got Michigan State, BYU, Miami, Utah, Tennessee, NC State. Baylor dropped all the way down to 17.
Yeah.
Florida, Wake Forest, Ole Miss, Texas, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Texas A&M, and Oregon. Texas A&M damn near dropped out of the freaking top 25.
Well, they should have, to be honest. I mean, remember when Appalachian State beat Michigan?
Yeah,
Michigan was what, number 3,
2 or 3, I think.
and then
They dropped all the way. I think they went down to 25, and then that was, I think, the beginning of their downfall.
I could have sworn they weren't even in the
No,
top
I think
25.
they kept them in at 25, and then the next week they lost
When
again, and then they didn't see the
when
top 25 the rest of the season because I
their
think they
head
lost like 4 or 5 games that year.
and their head coach resigned after that Appalachian State game, I believe.
No, I think that's when he announced that was his last year. I think that was
Oh,
still
is that
Lloyd
it?
Carr. I think. No,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't Lloyd Carr. That was Rich Rodriguez. I think.
Was it Rich Rodriguez?
I think it was Rich Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
Yeah.
because I think they won that with a blocked field goal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what sealed it because they were already
Hmm.
up.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But man, yeah, it's just crazy, crazy day in college football, man.
Yep. Hopefully next week's just as entertaining.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Did you
Well,
you want to go ahead and pick next week's Big 12 games?
yeah. Let's go.
All right, Oklahoma at Nebraska.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma. Baylor at Texas. Big Bad Texas State comes into Baylor.
Baylor, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of worried. That
Let down.
yeah,
It's Texas
but
State. Come on, bro. It's Texas State. Texas State ain't Marshall. If it was baseball, then yeah, I'd probably be worried a little
yeah,
bit. But no, it's football now. Yeah, Baylor will be all right.
yeah.
Towson versus West Virginia.
I want to say Towson. Where they playing at?
Morgantown.
Morgantown. I'm gonna say Town. I want to pick Towson for the heck of it, man.
I'll take West Virginia. Ohio versus Iowa State.
Ohio versus Iowa State.
Hmm.
Uh, Iowa State. They
Yeah,
they're coming off that high off of when beating Iowa.
yeah, I'll take Iowa State. Tulane versus Kansas State.
Kansas State, man, they won convincingly. Who they play?
Uh,
Uh,
they play Tarleton.
Charlton. Was it? I thought TCU played Charlton.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. That was TCU. Shoot, who did they play last week?
I forget.
Pull it back up. Missouri. That's what it was.
Missouri.
They beat
Yeah, yeah,
40 to 20 or 40 to
yeah,
12.
yeah. I want to say Kansas. I mean, yeah, Kansas State.
Kansas at Houston.
Man, I want to say Kansas. Kansas
We're
look good.
going for a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
I think the winning streak comes in. I think Houston's going to be pissed off. I think Dan Holgerson's going to threaten to execute every single one of them if they lose to Kansas. I'm going to take Houston. Arkansas Pine Bluff versus OK State.
Okay, State.
Yeah, OK State. Texas Tech versus NC State.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I would say NC State.
yeah, I'll take NC State. And then finally, UTSA at Texas.
Oh, Texas. Oh, hold on. I don't know, man. I think it really depends on the quarterback. How about Texas's defense? It's just
And
their
that's
defense.
another thing that's impressive. That defense has come a long way from
That
last year.
defense, yeah, that defense was lights out, man. Very good defense.
The one thing that I know that they did so much better and improved greatly than they did last year was tackling.
Yes, dude. They put pressure on Bryce Young so bad, man. Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
And
But
some of those
yes,
they didn't even have to blitz. They just
mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, little 4-man rush and still got to him.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
picked Texas.
yeah, I think Texas. But I'm not gonna lie, I am worried that UTSA will stick around and give us a scare.
Yeah, what's it called? Who did UTSA play?
This past week
Mm-hmm.
they played Army. They
They
won.
played on.
They beat them by 3. I thought they whooped
They
them
went
up.
through.
Yeah, they took Houston to the wire. Houston
Yeah.
beat them by 2 points.
Yep.
That was where I thought. Eesh. Once I saw that, I said, "Man, that ain't gonna be no easy game."
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So
hopefully I'm sorry, Texas can beat UTSA, and Baylor can beat Texas State. Give us a nice birthday present.
for real, man. I'd be like, all right, thank y'all
Yeah,
very much. Oh, then the Canelo fights next week too.
yeah. That's Saturday as well.
Yeah, Saturday night, man.
Saturday night. I'm glad we don't have night games. Well, crap, Texas is a night game, but still,
Yeah.
it'd be
All
all
right, yeah. So it's yeah. It'll be all right. It'll be all right on that one. But
right.
yes. So excited for the Canelo fight, man. It's always
I just
it's
hope he
going.
don't get bullied like he did against Bevel.
Oh, dude, I think he's gonna end up knocking out Triple G, man. I
I
think
mean,
they're gonna.
Triple G's last fight, he did get rocked pretty good. Did he?
Yeah.
He get knocked down?
Nah, he did get knocked down.
I know he got
Nah,
rocked really good.
yeah. Nah, I think Canelo stops him in the eighth round.
Mm.
In
So
the
we're
eighth
we're not
round.
going to go to the decision.
Nah, Canelo's pissed off, man.
Yeah, I think it'll go. I think it'll go 12, but I think it'll be pretty decisive.
Yeah, it's just oh man, I can't wait, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for the concert before he comes out. It's gonna be
Always there's always a 30-minute concert before
yeah
before he walks out.
before he walks out. Yes,
Yep. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
but
But
thank you guys for joining
yeah.
us. This is gonna be up. This is gonna be Monday. This is
Hmm.
Monday now when they're watching this. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and
Yeah.
follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Was Manny going to do the Twitter or were you doing Twitter?
I think I was gonna do the Twitter. I think Manny was doing the Instagram.
No, I got the Instagram.
Oh, you got the Instagram. So I think I yeah. So Twitter, the Twitter's gonna be
Twitter
up
coming
soon.
soon. Twitter coming soon.
In construction.
Yeah. Any potential sponsorships or anything like that, email at inyourhousesports@gmail.com. You know, you want to come on the show, sponsor the show, anything like that. Partnerships, anything like that. We're welcome. We're open. We're always listening,
Yep.
taking ideas.
If not, I'm gonna have to do an OnlyFans to support us.
OnlyFans, Patreon, and
Heck yeah.
what are the other ones?
What's that? Feet Finder or something like that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, dude. There's people who take pictures of their feet to make money off of it, dude.
Well, I know they did that on OnlyFans with the feet thing, but I didn't know that there was something specifically for that.
Yeah, yeah, like Feet Finder or something like that.
Oh wow, you learn something new every day. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this video was marked not for kids. When I was putting the last video out, it said, "Is this for kids?" And I was like, "What did we talk about?" And I thought about it. I said, "How many inappropriate jokes did we make, innuendo wise?" I'm like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah. That's great. That's great. But all right. Well, thank y'all for joining us. I'm Fat Sam.
It's your boy Vasos.
Peace.
Peace out.